Hello. I thought I'd talk a little bit about a project that has been sleeping for a while, and I'm actually getting some feeling to maybe lift the project again. This is my overkill KX250 engine, and a hard time looking at the camera. It is a KX250 model 1998 or something, with 2002 parts in the gearbox to get closer ratio, and a slipper clutch and balance shaft from a Tecate. And this engine, it also has Mikko 490 rod, light and unbalanced. And the last version of it that I never raced had this slipper clutch and actually 260cc. I never raced it in that position. I had a crank that would de-stroked down to 61 millimeters from 72, and yeah, I broke the big end bearing. Shit happens. So I put this crank I just changed for a 490 rod in a almost standard KX250 crank. I balanced it to, I can't remember the balance factor, 58 or something like that. I'll turn the camera around and you'll see. Here it is. It's never raced in this version. I bought a TM Racing 250 cylinder and started to adapt it to the engine, but I stumbled over the TZR 250 engine, and that was becoming fun as the manual's Piaggio twin was producing such much power. But now I'm feeling the go-kart engine in the other room. I'm about to send away the cylinder for nickel seal plating, and I feel that frame, if I build it smart, I can set this engine into it also, as the new class outlaw racing is allowing up to 250cc now, and not boring over this cylinder. It's 65 now. I haven't finalized it. I can bore it to have this 72 stroke and 66.4 bore. That makes it 250cc engine again. But this cylinder is the heights are very different, and as I got the long rod, because I want to give it some RPM, I milled this spacer, and I left some material on this side and on the front side to be able to bolt a reed cage if I'm making a hole, or on the front side. Either a reed cage or make a rotating disc on this side. Reed cage on the front or rotating disc on this side. Maybe a reed cage on this side also. I haven't decided yet. I'll make the measurements correct so I can work on it later. And you can see this is a home-built device. This is actually the balance shaft, and I can't remember where I drilled this hole. Was it to get some oil inside it? I can't remember. And I'll turn it around, show you guys. This device is to make room for the slipper clutch. Oops. And I got a very own device with what do you call it, levers inside that when it's rotated it gives centrifugal force and clamps the clutch. That's why the clutch lever is plugged over here, so this engine doesn't use the clutch at all for driving it. It's a very boring engine to drive on the street, because in this configuration, I remember nothing, always nothing underneath 8,000 RPM. No, nothing, just like pull the clutch. But then above 8,000 RPM the clutch started to grip. And my thought with that was to use it as the real race bikes are using the clutch. They have launch control set to, let's say in this case, 7,000 RPM, and you just full throttle and hold the launch control, and it bounces on the rev limiter, and two-step, and then releasing the two-step, it just bam, it pulls because the clutch is doing its work. And this is consistent. It makes a very consistent start, and you can change springs and you can change weights to get some different characteristics on the slip of the line. And here you can see it's a home-built device. Actually, when I welded it, it bent, it pulled from the heat, so I needed to cut it again and bolt it again and then weld it over again. That's why it's no paint right here. But the water pump is working. I can turn the crank, here you can see it. And I also made another engine mount at the front. Yeah, it's quite a concept. So I need to either buy a TM racing head or make one my own. But I want to ask you guys, should I give it some love? What do you say, guys? Should I spend some money on it and make it work again? I have in 212cc mode with Kawasaki cylinder, I have dynoed it above 70 horses on the wheel. 74, if I remember correctly, is the top, and that was with 61mm stroke. It was at 12,600 RPM, somewhere in that region. But it 8 small end bearings and wrist pins, so I tried to lower the RPM by building new pipes, and they're hanging over there. I got one standing in the corner also, to try to lower the RPM some, but I felt the Kawasaki 250 cylinder is way too heavily ported. There are some old movie on that in my channel, and it is really, it had some torque even though it RPM'd a lot, and the chassis was never any good. It just was kindergarten chassis. My drag racing bike, beginning of the career, so to speak. So yeah, what do you want? Not what do you want. Do you want to see this one getting some love again? Because building smart, I can put it in the same frame as the go-kart engine. Please write down below and click like and subscribe and everything. Bye!